Hi, everybody. We are going to be going through kind of some ins and outs of this next trimester. So, just some things that you guys need to be aware of. We are starting a new unit. We're going to be reading the book The Outsiders, which I'm super excited about because it's one of my favorite books, and generally, like all of my students have liked it in the past. So, I'm going to go ahead and tell you how we're going to navigate reading The Outsiders. The first thing that you guys need to know is that on classwork, there are now new topics, each one that's pertaining to the outsiders has the outsiders first and foremost, and then it will say whatever other information you need to know. So, like the outsiders' important information. This is where you find the PDF version if you're ever at home and need to read the book. I'm not going to check out any books to you guys because it's online right here. You can go on and read it there. I also linked the audiobook, so if you want to have the PDF up and going and then also listening to it being read to you, then you can do that as well. Um, and then each playlist for the outsiders will say the outsiders and then playlist whatever it is. So this week is playlist 1, and our playlists actually look a little different this trimester. They're going to look like this. They're on a Google Slides, if it loads. The first thing that is really important that you guys know is that every week you guys will have like I can and I will statements, which are basically like goals that you will have for that week. And you need to stay up with the week that you're on. That's why it also specifically says what days you're working on this, because we are going to be doing this much more structured. There will be days where we're working together. So we all need to be on the same page. So you have to get your playlist done within the week that you were assigned it. So the first goal that you have for this week is I can understand historical context. The second goal is that you will analyze, or I should say the skill that you're going to be showing that you can do is that you can analyze characters, relationships, or characters and the relationships between characters. So the actual playlist side of things is the other half of this slide. And you will see where it says must do and may do. Must do is basically things that you have to get done that week. The may do's are much like the enrichment activities that we've had in the past. So they're things that you don't necessarily have to do, but if you have time, like if you get done with this within the week and you have independent time, you're working on one of these designated activities. The first thing that you're going to see every week on the must-dos would be an iReady task of some sort. And we're always going to do that on Monday. So I know that everybody on Monday is doing their iReady, like getting 30 minutes done. This week we are doing the iReady growth monitoring diagnostic. And so basically it's going to be to kind of check where you guys are at starting out this next trimester, see what we need to get done. The next thing that you will see here is on where it says Tuesday, Thursday, direct instruction. These are actually going to be days that we've designated that you will be working with us in some capacity. So on Tuesday this week, I'm going to actually be going through the background information on the outsiders with you guys and just giving you some like anticipation type questions. And so we'll be doing that together, whole class. And then Thursday, we will be doing the character mapping together. We're going to start that. I'm going to introduce it to you guys and show you guys how to do that. And so that is what kind of like the direct instruction will look like for this week. Sometimes the direct instruction will last all class time, and sometimes it will maybe be 10 to 15 minutes at the beginning of class. It just depends. But on these days, every week we will be working together in some capacity, like I said. So Wednesday and Friday then would be independent work. So this is essentially kind of like your actual playlist. These are the things and assignments that we have given you guys that you need to do within the week by yourself. And so you need to read chapters 1 and 2, and you also need to, for this week, fill out your dialectical journal entry and comprehension questions, and you can find that on Google Classroom. The other thing that I want to point out real quick before I move on to the may do's, would be that you can read at different, like, you need to read in different ways. And so over here is where you would check off as you've done these. So you can't just listen to the audio every day. You can't just read by yourself every day. You have to be changing it up and doing all three of these. So the may do's is the other part of it, and that's much like our enrichment activities. So these are just activities that you guys can do when you get done with stuff, and these are all linked so you can go to them and do those activities. Please let me know if you have any questions about this.